Hello, good evening. So we've started doing our Friday focus on Wednesday focus now, because since we have the technician course running now every Fridays and Saturdays. So we'll wait just like 4 minutes until it goes 8 o'clock. But in the meantime, send me messages who you are. We can chat a little bit for a few minutes till we start. So we have everybody with us. Let me know who you are, where you're from. It's been so long since we got together. I missed you all. So we'll wait 3 minutes still. No messages. Send me your messages. Send me who you are. I love to chat with you. So we start. Hello. Hello, Ferenc. Hello, good evening to all of you. Torsiano. Hello, Soren. Okay, we'll be starting just a minute. Hello, Alina. We'll just start in 1 minute. Thomas, hello. So let me repeat what I said in the beginning. I'm really happy, first of all, that we're together again. And it's been such a long time that we got together, that we've been having these webinars. It's been quite a while. We've changed the day from Friday to Wednesdays now because we have the technician course running every Fridays and Saturdays for the next 10 weeks. So probably now 8 weeks left for that. That's why we've changed the day to Wednesday. Hello, Monica. So it's 8 o'clock. Let's start because we have a lot of things to cover. Let me share my screen with you first. Okay, and if you have any questions, because I won't be seeing your questions while I'm sharing my screen, I'll see them at the end. So any questions that may come up, I'll try to respond to them at the end. So, feel free and I'll get back to you. So, yeah. So today, reshaping your body with quantum biofeedback. Our focus today will be on achieving optimum health and optimum weight and factors involving blockages to all this. Many of us, including me, due to the lockdowns and everything that we've been living and confined, we lived the past 2 years, we've turned to food as comfort. So it's time for us to get back into shape. things are opening now, and we need to start getting our health back. And through our fantastic technology, we can achieve this. As you know, 50% of what we eat is the issue in our daily lifestyle. I've gone over that in our previous webinars. The remaining factors have to do with our system, our brain, our neurological system, our digestive system, hormonal, endocrine system, psychological state. So let's quickly look at some of the theory for basis for our hands-on application to the device. Here we have the brain, and let's see the functions. Here in the frontal lobe, we have the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain involves emotions, motivation. It helps us make healthier food choices. It helps us with our decision making. So it's very important to support the frontal lobe and the prefrontal cortex within our device. The limbic system, okay, it's comprised of 3 areas. The limbic system is in the center of the brain. It is comprised of the hippocampus, the amygdala, and the hypothalamus. The amygdala plays an important role in controlling motivational behavior as well as appetite. Okay, the hypothalamus, this region is very, very important because it controls body weight, insulin, leptin, glucose, metabolism, and it regulates our food intake. Something we should know has to do with a hypothalamic obesity. This refers to excess weight gain and usually is followed from an injury to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus affects energy intake. So by regulating how much we eat and energy exposure, we can regulate how much energy the body uses. Hippocampus. This brain structure involves emotion, the hippocampus, emotions, learning, and memory. Thus, it involves appetite control habits as what we're used to doing and changing these habits. So it's very important when dealing with weight issues going into the hippocampus. The brainstem here. This controls and releases neurotransmitters and dopamine and like feel-good serotonin, dopamine, and feel-good hormones. They're triggered by the amino acids. So all this that I just went over is really important, supporting them through our device. Talking about the brainstem, let's look at the neurotransmitter chart. Here we see the dopamine and serotonin and all the feel-good hormones and what amino acids trigger them. Okay, it's very important knowing this because through our device we can stimulate them and we can increase absorption, so that way we can make our feel-good neurotransmitters. And another example also is when we exercise. When we exercise, our bodies release more tryptophan, okay? So which our body uses to make serotonin. That is why when we do a really hard workout, we feel that euphoria, after our workout. Dopamine, on the other hand, is a reward, makes us feeling of reward. So amino acids like tyrosine and phenylalanine, these are obtained from high protein foods and they boost the dopamine levels. Okay, L-tyrosine, for instance, can be found in supplements such as vitamin D, turmeric, magnesium, omega-3, or foods like almonds, avocados, bananas, chicken, beef, eggs. All these increase dopamine, okay? So through our device, we can stimulate the production of these amino acids, and neurotransmitters, and also assimilate them and absorb them on a cellular level. Dopamine production and optimum brain function. Getting enough sleep, exercising, listening to music, meditating, and spending time in the sun can all boost dopamine levels. Overall, a balanced diet and lifestyle can go a long way in increasing your body's natural production of dopamine and helping your brain function at its best. But it's not only this. I mean, we have to, when we see a client having issues with their sleep is one of the issues, insomnia and sleep issues, that cause a lot of other problems. So if a person comes to you with a long list of issues and sleep and insomnia is one of them, you make sure you do and you address that issue first. A person who has lack of sleep definitely has increased blood sugar level, insulin resistance, okay, and they're higher risk of type 2 diabetes. So it's really important to work with the sleep issues when dealing with weight factors with the device. You can also help the person increase their theta mode waves for meditating, okay? Importance of digestion. Through our device, we can monitor all these aspects, ways of improving your digestion naturally. Eat real food. So through our device, we can see if a person is really eating real food or they're having a lot of preservatives, let's say, in their diet. Nutritional facts. Get plenty of fiber. Add healthy fats to your diet, omegas. We can see that in our device. Stay hydrated, so we can see if a person is hydrated at a cellular level, if they should drink more water, or if they're not assimilating their water they are drinking. Some people do drink a lot of water and they're not absorbing. So the device there will help. Manage your stress. Well, that's our job through the device. Eat mindfully, chew your food well. We can see that through the device if a person is not chewing their food well. I'll show you of areas. Get moving, that's exercising. Very important. Okay, other factors affecting digestion. Cortisol levels. This is a stress hormone, and we can support through the device our adrenals and through chronic fatigue as well. We can lower the cortisol levels. Gut health, we can see where that is in our device. If there is stress around the gut health, if there's increased bacteria. Age, we can see in the anti-aging programs, the metabolic function, etc. Immune system, we can work the blood areas and in general the immune system. Vitamin deficiency, again, we'll be working through that. Hereditary, we can work the DNA. Allergies through the allersodes. Digestive functions, working one by one, all the organs of the digestive system. Disorders as irritable bowel syndrome. Oops, there was a typo here, sorry. Thyroid dysfunction, metabolic disorders, etc. All this we can work through our device to help lower the stress around there and help around the weight areas. So there's so much, it's, infinite. And, the digestive system has so many organs. So there are a number of areas that we have to balance and harmonize throughout our system and throughout our device. So, this is not just a 2-hour session. These are multiple sessions of getting our weight back in order. Depending on how much of an issue someone has, that all depends on how often it has to be done, the therapy with the device. A person who has a lot of issues maybe even has to do a session twice a week, depends. And they're on lower and then going on to every week or something. So let's get on to our hands-on application. let's go here. Now, I've already put in our demographics. I've put us in. Okay, I've done the calibration just so for quick reasons, so we don't have we have more time accessible to us. Okay, so from here, since I've done the calibration, you all know how to do the calibration. Just before testing, I haven't done testing yet. I would want to go into shaping function. Okay, for our purposes, it's a good idea. I don't know if you know the shaping function. The shaping function, what it does is every time the eductor working, a panel is working, every time you're doing a therapy and you have the eductor working, in the background, the shaping function is spurting love into your client, the love frequency, okay? And every time it reaches at least an 85%, it has that love, okay? I'll be showing you all of those people who are in our technician courses. I've shown you this, and I'll be showing you even more, but I'll show you right now as well, where you can see if we do have that reward stimulation at 85. So a good idea in order for people to make sure they get that reward of love, okay, is to lower this percentage reward for people who have issues, okay, and have a difficulty going to that 85% improvement. We can even put a 60% here. Oops. Like a, you can put like a 60 here. So it's not going, it's going to 50. Okay. Let it go to 50. Okay. Every time, so it goes to 50%, the person will receive more love. But because I want them to receive more feel-good neurotransmitters, I will also put oxytocin in the shaping function, serotonin, and dopamine. Remember what we said in our theory? Those are feel-good neurotransmitters. So the more they feel these feel-good neurotransmitters, the more motivated they will feel, the more rewarded they will feel. Okay, and it will decrease the appetite, and it will help them, you know, be more motivated to do their gym or to do whatever they need to do to lose that weight. So what we do is we disengage and engage again. So it's engaged at 50% with the extra neurotransmitters here on the shaping function. So let's close and we're ready to go to testing. Okay. So here you see the MSP, that's the shaping function. We put it at 50%. If we left it at 85, it would show here at 85. So it gives us how much of a percentage we've reached to go to 50%. Well, here we have the rectification as well. Now, before we do the prepare and testing, I would like to go to the organic generator. Okay. Here I have a note. I maximize the power of my mind and brain. My brain and nerves work perfectly. I eradicate any stressful behaviors resulting from the circumstances of my birth and my DNA, working hereditary. Every day, in every way, my memory and concentration is better and better. Complete healing at all levels with comfort, ease, and grace at 528 Hertz. My life is filled with love and joy. I now create a life I love. I am now willing to see my own beauty, my own uniqueness and magnificence. Harmony, joy, and beauty surround me. I am at peace. I allow the love, I allow the love to flow. Through my own heart to heal myself. I accept divine guidance I accept divine guidance and am always safe. I trust the process of life. I love and approve myself right now. I am centered, calm, and balanced. The universe approves me. I trust my higher self as well. All is well. I am one with the universe and all my life. So I will copy this. I will copy this also during the 3-minute testing so you can all have it. I will send it to you on chat. So copy and paste it as you wish. I will paste it here. Okay. 999 spiritual harmony, interactive and activate Allergy Therapy. So this is being sent to all of you. Reshaping our body webinar. Okay. And we close. Something else that we can do is we prepare. I wanted to do a hypnosis. One moment. Before the testing, I prepared now. I will also do the hypnosis in the additional electro hypnosis. Okay, here. I release now the lack of self-esteem, worry, stress, guilt, and anxiety, fear for the good of all, and fear, for the good of all. Okay. So I will do a hypnosis and dehypnosis to release those issues. Okay, very important. Of course, you can do this throughout any time throughout your therapy, but I like to do it at the beginning so that, you know, any resistance is lowered. Okay. And they start feeling a lot better. And this goes deeper and deeper as the more it works, of course. Okay, so during the 3-minute testing, I'll be sending you these affirmations through the chat so you can have them. So, yeah, the origami generator makes the therapy a lot stronger. The hypnosis and electro-hypnosis and dehypnotizing these guilty feelings, the stress, etc., are really important. So I'll put it here for 60 minutes and super clear subspace therapy. Okay, and we close. So you see here, electro-hypnosis is running. And so is the origami active. So we're ready to start testing. There we go for 3 minutes. And I will stop sharing just one moment so I can go here with you. Okay, and let me send you the affirmations. To everybody. Great. So just take it and copy it and have it. I love to help you any way I can. And let me send you also the hypnosis and the hypnosis that I copy and paste. Control C. And here we go. Okay. There we go. So you have it. Any questions you'll have? Remember, I'll be answering your questions at the end because I don't see them. I don't see your chat while I'm sharing my screen. So let me go back to my screen and see where we are at testing. There we go. So we still have 1.5 minutes. So let's see our Varhope. There is tension and anxiety within our group. today. Resistance is low, so that has to do with either emotional resistance or immune or bacteria and toxins. There's also low amperage, so that's the low brain function, gut area, the serotonin. We have to increase our brain function, serotonin, dopamine, neurotransmitters, feel good hormones. Like I said in my theory, what do we work? We work the limbic system. Okay, we work the brain stem. We work the frontal lobe. Those are areas very important. So we still have 30 seconds approximately. We also see dysfunction in energy management. So that's energetics around us, our energy, the energy coming into us, possibly negative energy we have to work. We'll see oxygenation transfer dysfunction, which it may be also oxygen, but also blood issues. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we don't have a lot of reds, which is good. Okay, but since today we are focusing on our weight, let's search metabolism. Okay, search, see what's coming up. Cysteine, 104. I want to put the reds here in the acute hold item and more, red items, higher reacting items here in the purple tray. Let's see, weight, perhaps. Okay, so 113, female gland, releases progesterone, so PMS. That's so an issue with hormones, hormonal issues. Hormonal issues, the hypothalamus. Okay, let's go to brain. Let's see what brain areas are coming up. Okay, so brain areas are not coming up in red. Let's see, limbic. Let's see. No. Hypothalamus. Okay, how about endocrine? Diabetes is coming up, so that's a sugar regulation. Definitely. Let's see more items here. Some allergens are coming up. Let's see, bacterias. Bacterias are coming up. So, immune system issues, blood, saliva root promotes blood circulation. Okay, let's see what else. Chromosomes for the DNA. Let's put that in a purple box, in the purple area. Actually, let's put that in the red hold because it's a lot higher than the 113 that we put there. Chromosome, hypertension, depression. Okay, those are issues concerning also the weight. Flu items, allergens, depression, again coming up. So I think that's enough. Let's go also to diseases to see what's coming up there. Endocrine. Okay, we can put the rest in the blue box. Okay, great. So we've done our preparation here. So, anything that we load in the beginning will be working throughout our entire therapy. Remember, we're layering in our therapy. So, we've done our organi, we've done electro hypnosis. We're doing this layering in here. We've done the shaping. So we've done the prerequisites of getting a deeper therapy done. So let's see what the short circuits are coming up. Infection in tooth, bacteria. Okay, so we do have to work also, we load, close, and we do have to work the immune system. But let's open our channels of elimination. Very important to lose weight, right? For gait weight. Opening the channels of elimination. What are the channels of elimination? Our lymph, our kidney, our liver, We can, those are the main issues. So we kind of like tingle. Let's get a good rectification though. That's why I'm doing it a couple of times here. That goes back down. So there's an issue. When you see numbers like going up and then all of a sudden going back down, there's an issue there of blockage. Okay, so we went up to 97. Great. Let's go to the small intestine, getting that digestive in order. We double click here. 59. Okay, let's do it one more time. Know that if we want to do a deeper therapy on the digestive area or on any area here in the short circles, we either click on the white and the white area, and that does a therapy on the entire system that we're clicking, or we can click specifically on each word, okay, going around each word, and that does the therapy on that specific organ, okay, of the system. So you can do it one by one. You can like spend an hour here by doing this and getting the digestive working properly. It all depends on what you want to focus on, what the issue of a person they have. If they have an issue with their digestive, I suggest spending one of all the therapies that you have on them just on the digestive area, so you can click on each one. Say if I click each one, and then you do it until you get an 85% or higher. Then you would do the biliary tract, then the gallbladder, etc., etc. So you see, I've pressed the digestive area quite a few times, and it seems that we have an issue here, all of us. Let me do it one more time. If it doesn't get corrected, I'll keep on going to the next, because I have 1%. Let me do it one more time. Okay, 74%. I'll say that we're happy about this, but we do need more work here. So also let us do the kidney. Where is our kidney? There's. Okay. Help with our kidney. 45%. Let's do it one more time. Okay. Now, as an extra support to what I'm doing here, I have the ability, or it gives me the ability, the system, to check one of these items if we want to stimulate acceptance of tissue. Adipose. Adipose is to increase the fat dissolve. That's what adipose is, and increase the detox. Very important. Okay, since we're working on the weight. Let's also do, we only got a 12%, but I'm going to go on so we don't get stuck here. 12% on the liver, kidney. We'll go to the liver now, and we'll see. Stimulate it so it can detox better, complete the 99% just with one. So that, if you get a result really quickly with the first time you click it, it means there's not a big issue. If you see areas that you're there for a long time, there is an issue, and you have to consider this in the following up sessions and see how it's getting better. Follow it, note it. Okay, so we're done from here, and the next step is going to the risk profile and harmonizing what are our risks. Okay, things that we have to definitely click when we unload, when we are dealing with weight gain. I'd say definitely the first two, which are reds. And neurological and food poisoning, either way, have to do with our issues. Fungus and bacteria and parasites and infection. Those have to do with the issues of the gut flora and the healthy gut that I talked about in the beginning. Cognition for our brain, cholesterol for the fatty, toxicity, definitely, blood, emotional, hypodrenia for the cortisol and chronic fatigue, stress, allergies. Okay, where's the inherited as well? Emotional risk, digestive, sugar regulation, definitely. Hormonal, vitamin deficiency. The inherited, where is that? Inherit, there we go. It was right in front of me. So these are the items that you'd like to load in. Remember, we're layering them in. So what we layer in, we're telling the artificial intelligence of the device that and the software that this is what we want to focus on. Okay, so we are harmonizing these areas. We have a 70% rectification. Let's do it one more time to have a good rectification here. And we'll keep on going. %. That's great. So we go to our minerals. So we can mineralize. We harmonize the minerals of the client. We help them absorb them better. We help them, because some of these minerals are also made within the body with other minerals, it's a chemical reaction. So it's very important for us to stimulate these minerals and amino acids, and at the same time also help with the assimilation and absorption. So what we do is we click on them once. This is a quicker way, and you see that they're loaded on the white line down here. Whatever is over 100, selenium, iodine, these are very important, phosphorus, all very important for our weight gain. Okay, carbon, nickel. Okay, so we can test and treat them till we get a rectification of over 85. Okay, 37. So we'll do it over and over again till our rectification is over 85. Let me go on because I have so much to show you. Okay, please bear with me. I know I need to go quickly because I have a lot of information to give you. We go into the amino acids. Remember what we talked about in our theory area of our talk right now. We have to increase the amino acid in our body. So that way we have the feel-good neurotransmitters made. Here we go, the tryptophan. That's an issue. So we click once and it comes down. This one too, isoleucine. We click that once. Whatever is over 100, thymine, taurine, citrulline, GABA. Okay, but let's look at also other items such as glutamine is also important, and it's low. We can also load up the really low item reacting items. Tyrosine. Let's do that too. Okay, so I loaded those and we test and treat till we get, again, a reaction or a rectification of over 85, only 5. So we do have an issue there. We need to get our feel-good hormones up through our amino acids. 13. Oh, this one is going slow. Okay, so it gives you the indication that there is an issue there and that we have to work the feel-good therapies and our endocrine system. And what part of the brain? The brain stem, right? 47. So it's going slow. You get the idea. We do this over and over till we get a good rectification of 85. I close this. Now, before I go on, I want to go into the EPR, stimulate, reaction, duplicate, remedy. Okay. Through this area, we can stimulate through hololinguistics the client. Okay. The power of the words, remember, it's very, very important. So here we can write, I am resistant to toxicity. Okay, double space. My body detoxifies daily. Okay, and we can start correction. Okay, and we want a good rectification of over 85. This will help us through the hololinguistic therapy, and it will let my brain know that, I want to detox. We want to detox daily. We don't want to keep the toxins in us. Okay, very, very important. Let's see what we get. Our goal is to have a 85% or higher correction. If we don't get it, just know that you're going to have to do it again and again till you do. For now, I'm not going to do it. It runs for 1 minute, 84%. So it's kind of close. Okay, for our purposes, I'll leave it there. But if you were working on yourself or your client, you'd want a good rectification of over 85. If you can get it to 100, it's even better. Okay, so we close from here and let's go to now our universal therapies. Okay, now, again, we want to work our hololinguistic approach. Primary disease, weight gain. Okay, weight gain. So double space. Between each item that you put, you always have to double space. This way the software knows that it's something different. Okay, weight gain. But we also want to work our brain, right? So we do memory, double space, concentration, double space, metabolism, double space, anti-aging. Okay, to get that metabolism going, digestion, insomnia, those insomnia issues, addictions, addiction to foods, sugar, chocolate, etc. Chronic fatigue, for the cortisol, organs, limbic system that we went over in the beginning, little space, amygdala, little space, frontal lobe, little space, hippocampus, little space, digestion, hypothalamus. I forgot about that. Hippocampus is 2 P's. Sorry. Hypothalamus, brainstem, double space, digestion. I put endocrine system. Okay. Emotional blockage, resistance to change. That's the biggest issue. Another one, double space, is unconscious resistance to change. You know, sometimes it's unconscious. We think that we're not resistant, but our brain is actually resistant. You know, it's the memory in the amygdala. It's the memory that we have in past traumas, etc. So in the RIFE, we can put 528 for the miracle DNA, okay, miracles, enlightenment, etc. Scale generator, 2,400,000. The numbers that you always put in at 33 dBs, and you set the program at 120, and you do intermittent and automatic interactions. So there you have your hololinguistic and RIFE prepared. At this point, we can do the multimedia, okay, and we have the flyman to protect us, and also energetic link. I would do here, activate spiritual healing for 1 minute. I'm not going to do it because I have so much and time is running out. I need to show you a lot more. Okay, so I would do this for 1 minute, get a good rectification. Okay, minimize it. Here, in the electrophysiological oscillation, I would go to the nervous system as I've shown you in previous webinars. Here we set, you know, the vagus nerve first, the sympathetic stabilization and parasympathetic, and again, then the vagus nerve stabilization. This relaxes the client and they are more at ease and acceptable to all remaining therapies. Very important from the beginning. Brain therapy thereon, we want to do the theta and get the normal. Normal, we do start over and over again till the normal number is higher than all the other numbers. In the past, in previous devices, they used to tell us that we should have the normal at least 10 points over the other numbers. In our device, it's not needed because it's very sensitive. What our goal is to have the normal, the highest number. Doesn't need to be 10 points over, okay? So we press start over and over again till we achieve this and we get a good meditating state that I told you before. Very important for a good brain function. So we'd close here. Now, the two suggested therapies here are the auto color therapy and the auto meridian therapy. Now, by doing the hololinguistics and the RIFE, I usually put 3 minutes here and I start. Okay, when it goes through the therapy, you get your rectification here, but it also does the color therapy. It's built in to the RIFE therapy. So it's all in one. Okay, you get that. So we've done, per se, the color therapy. And we could also do the meridian therapy. Now, let me tell you, some meridians that are really good for brain function. It's the GV26. Let me show you. When going into the meridians, I'm sure in your basic navigation, but also in our therapies that in our webinars that we're doing for the technician and specialist, we go in depth in how to work the meridians. Okay, but let me show you here in the acupuncture points, the GV26. Let's find the GV26. It's a GV. Let me find it. GV, or is it the CV26? Let me see, one moment. No, here it is. GV, this is 28. GV, I think it's, okay, yeah. This is the one. Mental illness and nasal polyps. Okay, the GV28, this area here, it's good for the mental illness, but it helps for mental clarity and focus. GB14 here. Okay, good for the frontal lobe, remember what we said about the frontal lobe. It's for mental healing, motivation. Okay. Here, the EXHN, here, it's the head and neck, 2 to 4. Between 2 to 4, these areas are for intellect and calm spirit and intelligence. Really good acupuncture points to work for the intelligence area. Okay. Here also, on the other hand, you can write weight gain. Weight gain. And you do a super conscious search choice, what it comes up. You'll see weight gain. You could put memory. You can put brain, mind, etc. Anything you want. And you do the super conscious search for point, and it takes you specifically to the point you want. Now, how you do therapy here, you just double click on the point suggested here, and you want your rectification here to be over 85. Okay. And of course, when you finish from the universal, after you leave, any therapies that you do, you would do your auto scaler till you have a rectification of everything over 85. Remember, in other sessions with your client for the weight gain, very important to do is also the DNA. Okay, remember the hereditary issues are very important. Okay, NLP also. NLP, here, mental NLP interface. Here, you would do the addiction. Any other known symptoms, you would put weight gain or, whatever, insomnia, etc. What benefits you want from your disease, to lose weight. What cure you want to lose weight. Okay, so these are also very important therapies that you can do each time, you program yourself what you will do on your client. Oh, my time is running out. So here in the main matrix, another thing that is also important for you to load up in your info box here, you can filter vitamins. See what vitamins, are an issue. You can load up anything that's over 100. All the B's, potassium is needed, minerals, etc. Other items that you can search for are the healing arts are very nice. The Pathara and Living Gray items. These really calm the spirit. These are great. Frequencies to harmonize them, to set peace within them. Another thing that you can put here is oxytocin. Oxytocin, and all the feel-good items, serotonin, etc. So, you kind of make a cocktail, unload and load. You make a cocktail, and every time your eductor is working, you have these therapies. Other programs that you can go to through the biofeedback systemic relaxation. Definitely, we need to reduce stress in nerves. The tune brain function. These are items that you really should do. Okay, chronic fatigue syndrome, bowel flora balance, very important. In the relaxation, restore, it's further down here, restore myelin of nerves, very important. Okay. Also innate intelligence. Where's that? Innate intelligence. Super learning stimulation there. Innate intelligence here. Okay. And of course, then you can work your organ systems, adrenal stimulation. Okay. And different organs here, the endocrine, the digestive, all the areas. These are really important, you know, and you jot down every time you work on something. That way, the next therapy, if they come in 3 days again or in 1 week, you work other things. So you're building your metabolism. Now, another very important area to go into for anti-aging is your aging. Anti-aging here. Okay, so the metabolic age here, because I put today's date and the demographics as our birth date, it's kind of off, obviously. Okay, but here we can see the overall metabolic age. We want our metabolic age at least at our age or lower. That's the most important thing. Okay, and you see here what is stressed and that's causing us to age. You see the thymus hormone, so that's our immune system. Anything that's acute, over 100 fatty acids, that's not enough fatty acids. Okay, telomeres of the DNA strand. So you double click on these. You could do anti-aging. Very important for increasing the metabolism. Of course, the nutrition profile. You calculate the strike key. Okay, and you see what are issues of digestion. First of all, there's an issue of the fat digestion. Maybe we're eating too much fat, or we can't digest it properly, or maybe there's high cholesterol. You know, we'd have to work that. Definitely internal enzymes. And also, by clicking on these items, you you're able to absorb these vitamins better. So you would do a nutri-energy balance. Okay, and another thing, you can insert disease here, and you could put, let's say, memory, or you can put weight gain. Okay, and you test disease for best nutritional supplement, and it gives you the information. So for our weight gain, we need more beta carotene, anemia, cobalt for anemia and immunity. So it appears that our immune is down, and definitely, you know, our weight gets blocked if we are anemic. Our body kind of shuts down if it sees that we don't have enough blood supply. So that was probably the issue here of oxygenation transfer dysfunction, the blood area. So definitely where we work blood, the dark field analysis, you know, gives us so much information. You see here, thick yellow mucus, bronchitis, etc. Tyrosine, there for our dopamine and serotonin. So you double click on these, okay, and get your therapy done there. And of course, nutrition and hormone stabilization, important to do. This is an AFE program. AFE programs are really strong, and you get a deeper therapy with them. Now let me go really quickly. In the NLP, you would do a brain scan. Here, brain scan for nutrition. So this is our last panel that I have. We don't have time to go. I still had more information to go through. So much information. There we go. The limbic system, the frontal lobe, and the reticular formation. Isn't that interesting? So we do brain scan for nutrition remedy till we get over 85, or we can click on the specific area. But this is really interesting. Intertwined with digestion. There we go. Our device is so smart, isn't it? It's incredible. Okay, so another thing that we'd have to go is through the mental, here I plus mental factors and emotional chart. We do the neuropeptide balance for focusing now, stimulate neuropeptide stimulation to learning to control biochemical balance. This is what this does. And the neural net stabilization controls anxiety. So these are really important to do. You can, of course, do the love index and frustration index and unconscious reactivity. Very important to get rid of that trauma. Okay. So many other things that we can do. Of course, treating muscles, going into the muscle therapy, etc. Let me come back to you now and stop sharing. and as if we have any questions. We don't have any questions. Okay, so it's really important for us to finish off right now so we can have our video, because this was a 1-hour webinar, and if we go over time, technically we'll lose our video. So, you can see our video. Bear with me. I'm really sorry I had to go really quickly, and I didn't go over all the information that I wanted to. But, in some other webinar, we'll go deeper into the other items, or if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'd love to help. I don't see any questions. So I send you my love, my light, best wishes. Yeah, maybe we can do a part 2. That's a good idea, Michaela. I'll talk to Peter about it, and maybe the next one will, Peter says I still have another hour if I want. Great. Do you want? I'm going to continue then. If you have time, I have time. Sorry about that confusion. I didn't know. I completely forgot. So I'm continuing. I'm really sorry I went so quickly. I thought our time was up. So I'm going back. I'll share my my screen again. So turn screen on. Okay, share. Okay, so I'm going to talk slower now. If you have any questions about the other things I went really quickly about, I'm really sorry. Feel free to ask me, because now we have time. Okay, so remember anemia that came up. Really, really important to go into the dark field analysis then. Okay, so what we could do is type in Sarco here. We can type in the brain, digestive, okay, the limbic system. Limbic system. Frontal lobe. Remember, always double space between the system that you want. Digestive, I put endocrine system. Endocrine. Okay, we can do the stem cell simulation. This is an AFE program, and start stem cell. So, on the one hand, it's sending stem cells to these areas that I have specified. And also, wherever I will be working here on after, it will be sending stem cells there too. Okay, so that's why sometimes it's a good idea to do stem cells in the beginning. Just saying. Okay, it all depends on how you want to work, because going here and back and forth into panels, sometimes it's time consuming. So that being said, we wait till the rectification is over 100. I won't wait right now. I end stem cell focus and I close. Okay. The next step is the immune stimulation and blood stimulation. So here is where we'd work the immune system and the blood stimulation for our anemia, cleaning blood from the parasites and bacteria, etc. that was coming up. Very, very important. So we close rectification. We wait till the rectification is over 100. Okay, say it is there. Remember, these AFE programs have a built-in orgone generator. So that's why they're stronger. Okay, so we end and we close. Here, okay, we could do the superconscious scan of blood, but let's see the pleomorphic panel. What's going on with the bacteria? So we see whatever's over 100, the mycoplasma and rickettsia, those are issues of bacteria. And they're very serious bacteria too. So, when you see mycoplasma and rickettsia, it's a good idea to click on them. There's fungus here too. Candida is okay, but there's different types of Candida. There's the Rugosia and Tropi and the Aspergillus. These issues have to be addressed. So, you can click on that till you get a good rectification. Always depends on how much time you have available, or you can do it through the blood treatments. I usually just, click on this. Okay. Note what the additional therapy, these are unconscious, coming up. Hypoglycemia. So common remedy for hypoglycemia or blood sugar regulation. So that is an issue also, because when a person has hypoglycemia, they have to eat every 3 hours. Otherwise, they can faint, or they can go into a coma too. It's really an issue. So later on, we should go into the sugar regulation and work that as well. To help them. Again, diabetes is coming up. Okay, so I would press bone marrow and bone development. I like to do 3 minutes here, and I wait till we get a good rectification of over 85. We start and we see. Now, if we have anemia situations that came up beforehand, definitely we can do the anemia. Okay, and blood toxicity. Now, if a person has cholesterol, definitely we have to work this one as well. Okay. One of my favorites also here is a super conscious scan of blood. Oh no, sorry, it's the recommended. It's the recommended action. Anyways, the super conscious scan of blood is also good. Thrombocytes. That's an issue, okay? Thrombosis, etc. Now, a lot of these are coming up, especially, with the COVID issues and with the vaccines, both, even the virus and the vaccines have issues of thrombosis. So it's a good idea to work on this as well if these things come up. So it's not by chance that, when we make mistakes, nothing is by chance. I made a mistake by clicking this. I wanted to press recommended action, but it wasn't, some higher spirit was telling me, no, I have to click that, Okay, so recommended action, super conscious scan of blood. It always, this is very interesting. It always comes up what is needed to come up. I love this. Let's see what's going to come up. So H1 too few. Let's click on that and see what these are. So these are the red blood cells that are too low. Again, the anemia issue, the oxygenation transfer dysfunction, cystine disposition disease. Okay, it's improper detox of kidney. Now, remember in the short circuits, kidney wasn't rectifying. Okay, maybe some of us have been taking too many pharmaceuticals or food additives. Okay, so this will help in detoxing. So I would put at least 3 minutes here and treat item clicked above till we get a good rectification of over 85. Okay. Now you understand that all these, you won't have time, as I said before, to work all these panels within one therapy, but I'm just showing you of all these things that you can do around the weight gain and the digestive and, the mental area to increase the brain function. So you can have really, really good results. Now, time therapies, programs, time therapies. Here. First of all, you could do a quick check of phase. The quick check of phase harmonizes your brain left and right, and our goal is to have You know, you do it the first time and you see the bars. Okay, since we have time, I'll show you. We see the bars going, you know, left and right, and we'll see. But our focus, our goal is to have the lines all in one line. I'll show you. Basically, the quick check of phase harmonizes left and right hemisphere. Okay, it's just like in the home use where you have left and right hemisphere stabilization, you know. So all these programs here have to do with your brain therapies. Okay, so you see you're kind of like left, right, you know. So our goal is to have them stable. Okay, you want your, especially our goal is to have them all around the stable areas, but especially, let's say the frontal here is pretty much stable. Our parietal is not stable. We wanted the same number. Temporal is not stable. We wanted the same number. Occipital is not stable. So we want these left and right areas of the brain harmonized. So let's do it again. And you see here, left and right brain, it's kind of off. So let's stabilize our hemispheres. I didn't get a chance to show you also the piggybacks that will be loading, but as soon as we get into a longer therapy, I'll show you also the piggybacks. So we can add focus to our therapy. That is the that is what the piggyback options do for us. It gives us added focus to our therapies. Okay, so frontal 1, 2, parietal is again off. Temporal is off. Everything went off. Left and right here, though, went well as a whole. But let's do it one more time. We want them more balanced. Okay. So let's see how we went here. Now our frontal is a little bit off, parietal is more focused. Okay, so we're off, but you know, we can do it again and again till we get a good rectification here, that they're balanced. We want our phase hemispheres balanced. Another area that we can work here with the brain here is math skills, memory skills, language skills, analytical skills, motivation, comprehension, emotional communication. Click all of them. You can set the timer for at least 3. I like 3 minutes. You know, it gets a deeper therapy than just 1 minute. And you would start. Okay. We do it over and over again till we get a rectification of at least 85. As soon as we get that, we can go to our AFE super learning program. The second button is an AFE. I do both for added strength and added brain power and tune up. Very important, tuning up our brain, because you know it's our brain that helps with all aspects of emotions, memory, everything, as I said before. Now, next thing here in timed treatments. Key items for weight control in this panel. Adipose dissolve treatment. This is something that you should always work. This dissolves the fat. Okay. You have to do it at least 3 minutes at a time each time to get a good rectification, but you can also when you finish your therapy and you want to leave your device working on you all night, you leave it on adipose, you put how much you want to put, 60 minutes, and then check for therapy for working indefinitely. By doing this and clicking on adipose, okay, you're dissolving your fat all night. Now that is important, okay? Okay, so other items for to work here. Allergy therapy. As I said in the theory in the beginning, allergy is also an important factor when we want to lose weight. Allergy issues is something that blocks and locks our system. So if our system is locked, it won't lose weight. You need to open this. If there are issues of allergy, chronic fatigue syndrome, adrenals, remember what we said about the adrenals, digestive system, feel-good therapy, hormonal therapy, metabolic repair, neurological repair is the brain, so definitely this one too, immune stimulation, what we said, psychological treatment, sleep for insomnia. Remember, increasing our dopamine, we need sleep. If we have chronic fatigue, if we're not sleeping, we will not lose weight, because we lose weight when we sleep. Remember. Muscle building, very important. The more muscle we have, the more we burn fat. So we need to muscle build. Okay. And oxygenation stim. We also lose weight through oxygenation. Okay. And this will also help our blood as well. So really, really important. Okay. Now, okay. When I was in risk panel, I guess I went out too quickly in the risk profile. Remember always to zap close. When you zap close, you get your X's on your zap. And look what came up, cellulite. This is the one I wanted to come up. If it wasn't X, I would have told you either way, but it did come up. We want that cellulite, zap therapy, and it really works. Okay. Do it over and over again until you get your rectification of over 85. Remember to look at your rectifications here because they're connected with these auto-zap therapies. Autoaggressive dysfunctions are for, autoaggressive disorders. So if autoaggressive comes up, there are issues there. So maybe it's the thyroid, Hashimoto, or whatever. Emotions, these are good. Auto-zaps are good to do. Okay, if you have time to do them. Top pathogens, there you go. Fungus, those are issues. Balance of bowel flora, remember the healthy gut, really, really important to do. Okay. Now, something that, because in the NLP I ran really, really quickly, and I'm really sorry about that mix-up. Okay, so I go back into the NLP. Okay, so I told you about the brain scan, and I also told you about the mental factors of doing the neuropeptide balance simulation and neural net. Okay, you can do the love frequency, the love and frustration index till you get the love index double the frustration index. Okay. Now, normally, before I would click, I clicked it before I did it, I would load the main items here, double click on the first, let's say, 5 emotions that come up. And isn't this interesting? Dopamine was the first one that came up here. So, also click on the first 5, but you also, these are neurotransmitters, but you could also click find those feel-good ones. Growth hormone is also a feel-good neurotransmitter. GABA, definitely. Endorphins, definitely. Oxytocin, definitely. GABA, again, there's two GABAs. Serotonin, love, okay? All hypothalamic hormones. Remember what we talked about the hypothalamus. Okay, so I loaded these items. Remember, we're layering in. So testing and treat all emotions with phase stabilization. What's that phase stabilization that I discussed previously in the time therapies? It's stabilizing the brain. Okay, so you've loaded all these neurotransmitters and the emotions, and we're treating it to have a love index higher than the frustration. Right now, it appears that there is frustration. It could be, unconscious frustration, but it is there. Okay, you see it's getting better and better, the love index. Great. So, this grays out as soon as we're done. We have the love index, double the frustration index. Next thing that you could do, again, is the unconscious reactivity. I don't know if you know this is really good for looking into past trauma, looking why perhaps an issue has been when it first started. But also, you can also ask unconscious questions here. Let's first start. Okay, so when we're dealing with a group, what age do we put? We put whoever is older. Now, because I don't know all of us here, let's put an age. I'll put 60, to cover us all. I don't know who is in our group. So, we could even put 100. I don't know if there's anyone here, but, that'll cover us all till the year 100. Okay. Let's start and see what our issue is. I've seen people, some therapists, putting 100 on everybody, and that way forecasting, let's say, possible difficult years, okay, in their life, whatever the case. Anyways, so here we see emotional conflict with mother and inner spirit, okay. Gestation, 5 weeks, circulation and memory, circulation, memory. It's not circulation and memory, it's circulation, memory. So something it remembers with having to do with the circulation. We'll see further down. Now, disease type, we can put here, it's we can put immune, we can put blood, we can put infection, psychological, intestinal, for digestion, endocrine for hormones, okay? Or we can put here weight gain. Weight gain, okay? And let's see the disease path that comes up. So it's testing all reactions and creating a path. Okay. So say if we're not till 100, but this may be forecasting that around 85 we'll have some difficult years, but it appears that our adolescent ages 17 and 18 were difficult, and age 8 and 10 were difficult. I don't know who it's picking up on us as an entire group, but there are issues. It comes up twice. Remember, when we have repetitions coming up in whatever unconscious comes up, if there are repetitions, there is an issue there. So we definitely have to work at some point. Allersodes, okay, and toxins, homotoxicology, excess sugar, cut down on that sugar. We have to cut sugar out, because either way we get sugar in our diet, because it's hidden everywhere. At least consciously not to put it in our diet. Stress, pathogens, again, the second time toxins. So 2 times allergies, 2 times toxins, and pathogens, 2 times pathogens. That is an issue. Working bone marrow, we work that. Pineal gland, and hypothalamus. I'll let you know where we can work those as well. Okay, so we did the emotional profile, we do the treat profile till the rectification is 117. But let me show you something else. We can type in a question. Let's say, we've done our therapy on someone and we want to see if we have done everything possible. Let's say we've done a couple of sessions. we can ask the device or the unconscious as well, has all the work that has been done today for overweight issues been resolved? So this is interesting. Is this a yes, a no, or maybe? That's what the answer will come up. So when we ask the unconscious this kind of question, we tell the client, please don't talk, yes or no. And this is interesting. So, this is a good way of also, ending a therapy. So it says no. So since it's no, and say if our hour was up, we'll say, okay, so we have to, in 3 days, do our session again. Isn't this interesting? We can also do like another question here too. Let's say, have I, name of client. Let's say our name of client is the Reshaping Our Body webinar group. Okay. Cleared all issues resulting from my birth, let's say, circumstances, and DNA that I can clear today. In other words, have I cleared everything that I have inherited? Okay. Yes, I have. So that means I don't have to work on the DNA anymore, let's say. You can be specific in these kind of questions, but you do have to be specific when you're typing in a question, since it's a yes or no. You have to be really careful in the wording you use as a hololinguistic. Okay, so isn't that interesting? Okay, so something else here in the NLP that we can use is also the survival awareness form. These are really good. Excuse me, let me drink some water. Sorry. The survival awareness form. Sorry. You see interpretations here of trauma. Okay, and they're really, really interesting, because here in the yellow, it tells us what we're going through in the present, in the now, what our conflict is, and what the cause is. This is like a table, okay? And the first area before the slash here are the actions that have been taken or need to be taken. Under what conditions is the second. What body organs have been affected. What the core emotion is the next one. The core emotion, the dragon emotion. Obviously, that's, what's keeping us back. And what our spirit needs, the spirit emotion. Okay. So in the present, what we need is balance in our life. Okay. The conflict is being understood. Okay, we want to be understood. That will release the conflict within us. And the cause is that we're not free. Okay, we want to be free. And we feel stuck. And there's grief. Okay, isn't this interesting? This is a whole story. Okay, so what you do is double click on each line. You can even double click on each word of each line if you want even to get, depends on how much time you have. But it'll do the trick even double clicking on the spirit emotion, okay, if you don't have time. But, this and getting a good rectification. Discussing these things with a client also helps them. It helps with the counseling and discussing with them, and then working on them through the frequencies. Really, really good. Okay. It really harmonizes them. Okay. The rectification, is here. It's not this one. So, you'd want a rectification of over 85, remember. Okay. For each one. 101. Okay. So in the NLP, if you want also to self-empower somebody, to make them feel better, you would want to do the higher purpose alignment. Definitely. It's, it's a regular therapy. It's like, a minute, a half minute or a minute, somewhere there. The higher purpose alignment. This one is on all these therapies. You can find under therapies here, plus more. So you want to do the higher purpose alignment, and I'll show you what else you want to do. The ascension simulation, definitely. Also, I think it's a minute. I'm so glad we had that extra hour. So glad. Yeah. It was more than a minute. Okay. It'll be finishing soon. Yeah. Perhaps we needed the higher purpose, and that's why it's so long in there. When you notice a therapy going overtime, it means that, the unconscious is telling you that they needed it. So when you go into therapies, okay, something to self-empower your client or yourself is the higher purpose alignment, as I said, but also the build-up self-image, release negativity is very important. Delusion of self. restores positive true self-image, so people can start loving themselves. These are really, really important, so you can start taking care of yourself and motivating. Okay, these are working the frontal lobe. Always good idea to do the unconscious choice as well. See what comes up. There we go, the higher purpose alignment. Okay, what else? Join hemisphere to know true self. That's a good one too. And the third one, it allows you to do 3 unconscious choices. Neuropeptide balance. There we go. It was those ones that we discussed previously. Another item that I like to do here is under the superpower stimulation is the beauty perception. These are AFE programs. Beauty perception is a superpower that helps a person bring in the beauty into their lives. It helps them see the positive aspects, to see the beauty in every difficult situation. Okay, this is very, very important for everybody. Okay, it makes the person feel better, more positive. You see the glass half full instead of half empty. Okay, really, really important. And it increases the neurological coherence between heart and the brain. This is really, really important. And this is a big subject that we can, discuss another time. Okay. So many areas here to work. Of course, disrupt hypothalamus and gallbladder connection. These are for addiction. So this is also very important. All depends on what issues a certain person has. Okay, something else about talking now about addictions. If we go to in EPR, stimulate reaction, duplicate remedy. If a person is really addicted to chocolate or really addicted to sugar, we can put here, invert addiction to sugar. Okay, and if you want, you can put some sugar on the tray too, and you do a start correction, and you do it till you get 100%. You don't wait till because even at 85, if you have a correction of 85, let's say, or 90, you still have another 10% that you couldn't go back. Addictions are really difficult. So you want that 100, okay, at least, to help them. Okay. So another area that we can work with is the body scan and face. Okay, we can work their auras, and because here, remember, in the dimensions, in all our dimensions and in all our lives, trauma is stored in the dimensions, in our aura. So it's really, really important to get those dimensions cleared out and the aura cleared from any embedded trauma. Okay, so what we would do is scan all. It's scanning the front, the left side, the right side, the back, and all the dimensions of the aura. Okay, so it's depicting the foci are depicting trauma here in the bottom area of the leg. So we treat foci here until the foci is cleared. We do it over and over again. See, it's getting smaller and going toward the left side. So we clear the foci, we go to the front area. It appears some kind of trauma on the front area on the right side, maybe the arm or, around here. Something is going on there. We do it over and over again till the foci is here on the elbow. There's some kind of trauma. Okay, so we do it over and over again till the foci are cleared. The left side, treat foci. This is also a good way to end the therapy as well. You know, clearing all the dimensions because it makes them feel lighter. Definitely when you have energy management dysfunction, as it's shown here, it's a good idea to do this, the body scan, clearing the energetics and the imprinted trauma that we're carrying through our lives. Really important. Okay, so we've cleared that foci. We go to the back and clearing any foci from the back area. It appears there's some foci or some embedded trauma here on the left side of the hip. Okay, and we go to the aura, and we go down here, since we've cleared all the foci, to the cybernetic correction. This will align all our chakras, get them back in harmonization. It also gives us some aura snags, some traumas that it still is picking up, some identity conflict. So, you know, these are hints of what else, you know, we can work on. So these identity conflicts, that's why the higher purpose alignment and the build up self-image were really, really important. So when joy comes up, there's not enough joy. We need to increase joy in the life. There's self-doubt. So that self-empowerment was important. Autistic. Doesn't mean that the person is autistic. It means that they are highly sensory stressed. They are highly stressed and they get stressed easily and they go into regression, cocooning, you know, going into themselves. So these are areas to note and to work with in NLP. So we'd want to retrain to get that alignment done in all the chakras. Do it again and again, not only till there is alignment of all the chakras, but also we want the colors of all the dimensions filled up. Okay, you see we see the alignment, but we want the colors in all the dimensions filled. You train again over and over again until you get that. Because you see the dysfunction in all of the layers. In this way, we also protect against oppressions. Okay, it's very important, the energy management dysfunction. Do it again and again. You know, this all will help the client and yourself feel better. And by feeling better, you will have more empowerment to be able to love yourself and take care of yourself. Very important. It's what we were doing with the shaping function. Remember the shaping function there we go. We've got them all aligned and the color is till all the outer rim. All the dimensions are filled up and it's a beautiful, clear color aura. Okay, so what I was saying before about the shaping, remember we put the shaping function to be working at 50% rectification. So we have 71% here to the 51%. So, you know, it's important for the person to feel that love of themselves and increasing oxytocin and all those neurotransmitters that help them. So when you go into skin rejuvenation, you have some options here that are also helpful. Harmonize to divine light. This is really important. And divine light to pineal gland. Both of these are very, very important because it's working the divine light of the pineal gland. Okay? And taking you to higher levels. Okay? These will also, again, protect you against negative energies. It gives you that protection. There in this program here, you also have the cellulitis. So again, you can work cellulite from here, and you can put how many minutes you want. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 60 minutes on cellulite. Really important, okay, for the weight loss. And remember, cellulite is not just the cellulite. We want also divine light to pineal gland. Cellulite are toxins. You also, many people are very, very thin, and again, they have cellulite, and that indicates a lot of toxins. So by doing cellulitis, you help their lymphatics, detox. Very important. Okay. There's also the detox pulse here too, to help detox. Okay. And of course you can do the anti-aging, because remember, when we are losing weight, we do not want, especially, if we lose a lot of weight, our face loosening or, any kind of loosening of the muscles. So you want that general toning to do. Remember, that is the incredible thing about the device is, a lot of people can do their diets, but, the point is also doing the anti-aging so we can have the firm skin and the firm face and not have any damage done by dieting. Okay, very important. So another area that we should also work is the sports for muscle building and having that firmness that we need. One is building muscle to help increase the metabolism, okay, but because by having more muscle mass, it burns fat, but also we want that muscle building because we want that tone fit of our body. We don't want it to lose and our skin to sag. Very important, especially for people who have been obese for many years. You've seen other people with the results that, they had problems afterwards with sagging skin. With a device, we don't have that. Okay, so, you can work the building muscles here. This is really important. Okay, another area, when you don't have a lot of time and you're working certain areas, something quick, as the name also says it here under additional, is the quick therapy for athletes, but it's not, of course, only for athletes. And it checks what the client subconsciously needs. So look, this is really interesting. It came up detox, it came up mental focus, and it came up hormonal balance. Now, it also came up spine, which is, and TMJ, for pain. Really interesting. Okay, but will to win, this is important, will to prepare, stimulation, dispel negativity, positive mental stimulation. These are really important. Digestive balance. These help the emotions, help to have a positive outlook on things and help them love themselves, help, be positive about and motivated to help them through their dietary plan, digestive balance, muscular stress balance, blood balance. You can check brainwave balance. You can check as many things as you want, and you start patient RX. I'm not going to do it because it'll take quite some time, and you get a rectification for each one. These are very effective. Also, if you don't have time to do many things, go in here and do it. I suggest it. Okay, and don't forget your Apollo and Aphrodite programs. Okay, these have great programs. Treat and test. We have the Face and Beauty Anti-Aging, Face and Beauty Skin and Hair, Weight Management. There we go. Exercise and Motivation Fitness. Okay. When we close, we also have the Essences of Beauty. And we can, send these essences and make them feel better. These really, these are 3 to 4 minutes, each one of them. So, self-love, very important. Joy. Remember, there was an issue of joy. There was an issue also somewhere I saw forgiveness, miraculous shift, all very, very important. Okay. The same goes for the Apollon. Apollon is for the male. Okay. And it has more of items also for the prostate, therapies, etc. Okay. Building testosterone, etc. And muscle building. Really, really good. So I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. I'm so happy. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Okay, stop sharing. And I'm going to come back, see if there's any questions. Okay, I don't see any questions. But, feel free to message on Messenger. I'll be happy, connect with me. I'll be happy to answer as much as I can. Whatever I can, I'm here to help you. Okay? I'm sending you love and light. I really enjoyed being with you tonight after such a long time. We'll be programming another webinar soon, probably in 2 weeks. I'll talk with Peter about it. They'll be on Wednesdays. Okay. So lots of kisses, light and love to you always. Good luck with our weight. Bye-bye.